Today I'll be bringing you along with me to my friend's small car meet to give you a little bit of a feel of what the car meets here are like, what cars are here, a little bit of the community, and we'll tell you more about, in general, what car culture is like here and some of the important places and resources you need to know in case you want to be here in Seoul or Korea and see some cool cars. So basically I arrived a little bit earlier, and this is a build-up of the event that I want to show you. So what's happening is that a lot of cars are just arriving and the parking spaces are getting filled, and this is what the process looks like. And also there is a new cafe that my friend is opening, so I'm shooting that too. So a little bit about the culture while we are here. If you look at the regular roads, you actually don't see a lot of old cars. Most of the people just drive newer cars, I would say new to maybe 5-6 years old. A lot of the new cars that you see being released, Korean cars, I mean Hyundai, Kia, a lot of them are going to be a taxi first. When it comes to tuning car culture, it's there, it's growing, it has significantly grown in the past 5-6 years, and there is always a constant battle between what's legal and what people actually want to do with their cars. After all, this is the home of Hyundai and Kia, but of course there are way more brands from all over the world being represented here. There are of course cool JDM culture here, quite a few German, in particular BMW cars being modified and actually being street legal, which is really cool. And you also have some American muscle car crew here as well, and it's basically a little bit of everything, but it's, I would say, the biggest ones are Korean, German and Japanese cars when it comes to, you know, car festivals, tuning car culture and stuff like this. And I was actually really lucky to record some of these cars and put them up online, and you can check a lot of them on Kimchi's Media channel if you are into modified car culture. But I also give you a couple of other YouTube channels or, you know, Instagram accounts that show a lot of what's happening in Korean car culture. And I guess let me walk you through what's happening in this venue. Here we have basically the highlight of the show. This is Mitsubishi Eclipse, built in a very similar way with the car being featured in Fast and Furious before. This is Honda S2000. I really like the black and red, and I think it just goes really well together, and it's not as flashy. And you have a carbon hood as well. We have a Skyline here and Supra. I saw this car a lot online, but it's the first time I see it actually like in real life. And one more very big part of the community here is not made of just local people. There are actually a lot of people from the American army bases that are into car culture, and these are their cars that are coming. A lot of these vehicles are pretty unique for Korea because there is a different process of importing some cars, but also it makes it very difficult to find parts and modify them here, I guess. So we are here in the indoor part of this little car meet. We have C63 AMG, I believe, modified. This is an old Z that I actually filmed. It's pretty unique. Basically everything from the paint to the wide body and the wing. Yeah, it's really cool to see the cars that I filmed. A little bit of the rear of it, that C63. This is a modified Veloster that is not made for road. It's a track car. Not sure what's under the hood, but... And this is a Slam Dray. A little bit about the communities and people you can follow online to be in touch with what's happening in the car culture. Pitches is, I think, your go-to place to see what's happening. They have an offline space as well. You can check out what they have there. They have merch and stuff as well. They make events, a lot of cool promotions and collaborations with big brands. I really recommend you to check their offline space if they have any kind of promotion or an event happening there. If you're more into what's happening with new cars here, I really recommend you to follow my friend DK from Cars in Korea. You'll get to see a lot of the cool reviews and tech that is being released by Hyundai and Kia. Really cool stuff. He also has a calendar linked in his videos where you can see what events are taking place and where around the country throughout the year. This is an amazing resource, I think, for people who are coming here to check what events are being hosted and where you can see cars and meet people and talk to them. Night Shifters is another Instagram account I think you should follow to see what's happening in car culture here. A lot of modified cars and videos from events. They also have a lot of cool cars that they show off at the events and online. That is also amazing. If by any chance you're in Piontek, there is a Facebook group, Cars and Coffee in Piontek, that you can join to meet mostly people who are into cars from Piontek. They have monthly event every Sunday, and yeah, I think it's a really great way to meet people. Cars and Coffee Seoul also organizes almost monthly meets, usually in the mornings on weekends, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. in Seoul. This is where you can see more of classic cars and as well as modified cars. And I don't know, just have a morning coffee and look around and talk to people. This is also pretty peaceful and I guess unique place to hang out if you're ever in Seoul on weekend morning. And one more mention that I want to make is N-Media. That's where you see very cinematic, cool, modified cars that are featured from all over Korea, not only actually. I also recommend to follow my friend Andrea, who shoots a lot of car scene from Busan and surrounding areas. That's where you can see what the vibe and feel of modified cars is around south of Korea, which is a little bit different from what you have here in Seoul. One more thing, apart from Pitches Down, their offline space, if you're ever in Seoul, want to see modified cars, a little bit more of underground, kind of unofficial place where people meet is Namsan Tower at night, Friday and Saturday, and people just stop by to meet and park their cars, take photos and stuff like this. This is a pretty cool spot. Just don't do anything stupid, don't ruin it for anybody. Come and see and enjoy. This is a wrap-up of the event. Car meets like this are, unfortunately, seems like to be the only places where I get to say hi to a lot of the people in car community. And I'm always happy to be here, even though I don't get to visit those places and car meets as often as I used to. After all, this is the start of my, let's say, filmmaking journey full-time here in Seoul. So yeah, it's always going to be important to me. A lot of the stuff that I mentioned before about cars and car culture, I'm going to list in the description so you can check it a little bit more. And as always, thank you so much for spending your time to watch my videos. This is a part of my life that I wanted to show for a while, and I finally got the chance to do so. If you have any questions about anything regarding cars, please let me know. I'll try to answer or direct you to somebody who knows the answer. And as always, see you in the next one.